Alright, so this is a 1971 Impala that came directly from another shop. They had already painted the car, but they didn't line anything up or do anything right. So basically we had to redo the whole entire car. The customer wanted to see what was here. We dug it out. All that was full of Bondo. So now we're going to cut it out and replace it the right way. Should take about 6 hours. Bad. I mean, if you're going to cut it out, why cut out just one small section when this? So that's how you take a piece off without damaging the car. This I'll hammer and dolly this back straight because it's just a little bit of a bend right there. Basically didn't damage any of the pieces inside the structure taking this off. I might clean it and bring it all the way to the edge because I'm seeing some things here that I don't like and on this edge here. So I'll probably bring it back and cut the edge of it off and then overlap a piece over the side. I just wanted to basically see how big the piece was. As you can see, that's all rust. Like this rust you can't see. So you can't see it here really. But on the back you can see it. All of these are pits. So this is how you get the holes that eventually come through, is the back of the metal's no good. So we're gonna treat this whole area before we put a new piece on, and we'll treat the back of the piece we're putting on. And that's the extent of what we can do.
They got an inch or so of freaking Bondo, but this is the only rust. Taking the whole thing down? No, I didn't think so.
Because we're going to take pictures and I'm just going to replace that. You can bring me a little bit more. So what do you think? There's a damage somewhere here?
I don't, there's no other bubbling. I just think it's a bad line. I'm sure there's some Bondo in here, but I don't see any rust popping. The line is here. The bottom of this is metal.
Alright.
So I'm just making, same with back here, so there's no patch and nothing. Same with back here, there's no, this is metal. There's no bubbling. They did, a shitty trim job around here, but this is the only rust that I see popping.
Make sure when we get ready to do it, we got us a light and we can put it go around it. If you want to go ahead and take down around that light a little bit or whatever you want to do, that's cool too.
Yep.
Whatever you got to do to make it fit.
Raggedy, that's all.
Alright, so as you can see here, they wouldn't let us go all the way down to bare metal because there's a ½ inch of damn Bondo on the whole car from the last shop.
Yeah.
As you can see, this car has been painted multiple times. And as you can see here, we actually make pieces for cars to fix sections and weld them in to where they're complete. Alright, as you can see, we finished this whole section. We finished everything, and now it's time to start on this rusted ass fender. As you can see, we make a lot of pieces that go to these cars because you can't really buy them. So this is the whole bottom section I'm making on a fender, and then I'll show you how I place it in afterwards, and then we'll get to tacking and welding after we put the bead rolled line in it.
Beats.
Because if you look at this body line goes like that, right there.
Well, and I might even have air here, you see. So if you get your same gap all the way across here,
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
and then you get your fender on, and you'll find that your gap and your height are really good to here, leave that to me.
Okay.
And I'll find out what's going on, and then I'll take care of it. Okay. All right? You might, you're down just a pinch, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do all that right now. I'm trying
Not
to
even
get
that
the
much.
fucking door.
Right, I know, I got you. Just a
Like
little
if I
bit.
grab it,
Just a
and I
little.
pull it.
Yeah, then you got a pretty decent gap, but
Well, why don't
you're
you-
right though. It doesn't make a difference because either way, this hump's got to come out one or the other. You want me to tighten while you're doing that?
Yeah, please.
basically doing it right. He was looking at the car, was very happy with all the lines, but not simple. This is actually crazy that when this car was painted, this lock was actually knocked in and broken into with a large pry bar, and this lock fell in. So I reworked the metal. I'm going to take some files I've got and I'm going to redo the a little more perfect, but now we have a perfect lock closing cylinder in there. I will rebond this. What we found when he was here also, this was all out when the trunk was in. We weren't sure what it was at the time. It was much different from that side, but the actual lights themselves had been hit at one time and someone repaired them while they were out. So I stripped all the Bondo, re-dollied in this whole area to match, and now we have a perfect line fitting from one to the other. I'll go ahead now and take the rest of this Bondo off here and match that other side. But that's the difference of how Kenny has us do it here. I'll go on from that, so it won't be an 1/8 of an inch of Bondo by the time I finish here. I'll be able to have this one nice even coat of glaze and a lock cylinder that actually works. See now that we've got that section lined up. We got a nice gap all the way in, nice even the way it should be. The lock is sitting inside tight. There's a nice bottom slope. I didn't add anything except a dab or two of Bondo here and there. I had to because when it was bashed in. It took a little around this area, but basically this is what you see. That bare metal you saw, I prepped it and primed it. We have to come back Monday, and like most people, they took out these two on both corners. So I just cut them in out of the metal because they brazed them. And then Monday I'll come back and I'll get those in. This back panel will be done. We'll fit and finish the lights, and that should be it.
And as you can see, this is our finished product. None compares. You see the body lines. You see that glass, you see that flop. You see some of the things on the car aren't on there, like that gap between the windows. But the customer wouldn't get us all the parts. So basically we had such a tough time with the customer that we ended up just having to part ways with them. Basically we did the best we could do for them. And this is what they ended up with as far as our work. And if you want something that looks like this, come to I-95 Motorsports. This car is just flawless, just immaculate work. The amount of work that was done on it was incredible. Very happy with the outcome. Look at that paint.